In this video, we're going after whitetails in Arkansas. But I've been so busy lately that I'm late to the game, and I only have less than a week if I want to use my rifle. But our story begins back in Kentucky. I've had to make multiple trips to Kentucky for training and testing for the next chapter of my life. So with all the interviews and testing I had to do for my new career, hunting was just not on my mind. But when we finished that, we headed back to Arkansas. Alright guys, well, I got on the phone, made some phone calls, found us a hunting spot. I went and met with him, and he kind of gave me the layout of his property, and it looks pretty good, so that's where we're going to hunt. Next, I need to run to Walmart and grab some supplies. All right, we just got our deer corn from Walmart. Now let's go to the hunting spot. This Arkansas weather is so crazy compared to Kentucky. Like, I'm in a sweatshirt right now, but I got shorts on. And I actually didn't even really want to wear the sweatshirt, but I thought I might get cold. Can't say that I'm hating it though. I might be able to hunt in like not super warm clothes. Not super warm clothes. Or be freezing my butt off, so I'm definitely not complaining. The landowner told me this is where they bed down during the day, so I made sure to keep my eyes open. I first put deer corn right in the middle of what I call Death Alley, because it's an alley of hopefully deer death. You know what I mean. Next, I put them in front of game trails and trails I know the deer use.
You had one job.
So I'm really trying not to take too long, because the deer kind of like to come through here in maybe 45 minutes. So I'm trying to give them a little bit of comfort, but I don't want to be hanging around here when they're coming through. So I kind of got to hurry. Now it's time to find a spot to hide. Put the rest of it right here, because I'm thinking we're going to go right up the alleyway. All right, I definitely think this is where we're going to be at tomorrow. There's a fence back there with wood, so they're not going to come up behind me. We have the pond right here, so they come get a drink, we'll see them. Then we have a perfect alleyway for the deer corn and the deer feeder, so I think this is the best spot. All right, so next thing is I'm gonna take this feed bag and I'm gonna fill it with a bunch of this pines, like as I can. That and like cedar and other vegetation for something I'll show you when we get back to the house. All right guys, we're back at the house now. Now let me explain to you a little bit of what I'm doing here. If you cannot afford scent lock like me and you need a cheaper alternative to it, basically if you take an unscented bag, it can be a garbage bag, or here I'm using the deer corn bag. You just take that and you put shrubbery in it, like pine needles, stuff like that, and you stick it in a bag. Then you stick your camo inside that bag, and then you cover it with more shrubbery to hopefully make your clothes smell more like the outside. And you go and hang it up outside of your house somewhere and leave it for a few days, or a lot of people like to do it for a few weeks to try and get as much scent out as they can. It's a very cheap and very common way of covering your scent. Now, it's not the best way, but like I said, it's cheap and pretty easy. I hope this helped. Now let's get back to the video. All right, I think we're good for today. Hopefully come back tomorrow and hopefully get us one. Hopefully a decent sized one, but probably not, but let's keep positive about it. shot I've heard. Squirrels are kind of going crazy behind me. I've not seen a deer yet. It was a little bit chilly this morning, but I was just excited to be out there. And then, about after 30 minutes of waiting, a small 4-point buck came out of the brush. I decided not to shoot this one because they're just a little small, and I'm hoping for something a little bigger. It was encouraging to see a buck, especially this early in the hunt. Then something really strange happened. Off in the woods, it sounded like a tree was falling, and then something busting through the brush. I can't explain the tree falling, but I quickly learned what was running through the brush was some dogs behind me. So with the buck that we saw, apparently a tree falling, and the dogs in the background, it turned out to be a pretty interesting hunt. Alright guys, so we were able to see a buck today. That is a positive. It was maybe a 4-point, not very big at all, antler wise, but on the last day we probably will take it because I need the meat. So at least we saw something today. It's a positive, and hopefully we keep climbing from there. Alright guys, impulse buy alert. Alright, first one. I thought this would help me at least try and draw them in a little bit more, you know? Don't judge me too hard in the comments, please. Alright. Now I also got this. So, put that out there before I hunt tonight. Hopefully use this tonight. So that's what I'm hoping. I haven't seen a whole lot, unfortunately. So I'm kind of desperate a little bit, but I'm hoping this helps. It at least make me feel like at least I'm doing something to try and better my chances. So a little bit of an impulse buy with money I don't really have at the moment, but oh well, right? Okay, I'm not gonna overthink it. So I'm gonna go to work for a few hours, make back some of the money I just spent, and hopefully get one tonight. You gonna try it? It's wet. It's rainy. Let's go get us a buck. After finding out where the deer are coming in and out of this field, I was feeling pretty confident. But unfortunately, I didn't see anything. So we went back later that day, hoping for some different results. Alright guys, we're in a new spot now. I'm hoping for a little more leeway here. I think they travel in between here and this field pretty often, so I'm hoping to catch them while they're going across. After waiting at this spot for a little while, I decided to get up and go check out some other areas. I went back where I knew some trails led, just to see if I could see any recent deer sign. So after scouting, I went back to hunting for a while, but didn't see another thing the rest of the night. Now this was my last day to get a deer with a rifle. I had to pack up and leave, and I was pretty sad. But it's not over. Because it's still bow season. And we put trail cameras out. And we have some new target bucks on the list.